remember that the Tantric tradition and its embrace of Kundalini practice and Kundalini conception is really grounded in the Karpalika tradition, which was also a cremation ground practice-based community that ultimately, became the Nath Agoris. Now that's the last living expression of the Karpalikas, or the Nath Agoris. But all of Chud practice is derived straight from the Karpalikas, and it is an expression, and in my opinion, Tantrism, whether it is the Shaiva Tantrism of India, Shakta Shaiva Tantrism of India, or the Vajrayana tradition of Tibet, is all one tradition with a different religious overlay. It's, and the differences of which are semantic. So in Chud, what I discovered was a new application, or a different application, new to me, a different application of Kundalini yoga practice. And sort of an enriching of my understanding of the whole point of Kundalini. So, and it gave me a new dimension of Kundalini experience to work in. So I was very excited. And, I've worked with Lama Wangdu for 20 years. When I met Lama Wangdu thought he had 3 months to live. In fact, he had a ruptured lung, and when I met Lama Wangdu, and his blood pressure was 275 over 125. And he was doing a ritual, a puja, and then he intended to send 3 statues back to the Padamba Sanjay cave in Tibet, and then he said he'd die. So he asked me, he said, I have no disciple, and my tradition will die after me unless you please accept my tradition and learn it from me while I still am alive, and then you can keep it alive for me. I said, okay, I do that. I said, but I'm fundamentally initiated in Shakta Shaivism, and I'm not sure I can adopt a Buddhist identity. He said, that's no problem at all, because all of these teachings that I have came from Shiva anyway. And this is the understanding of the Tibetans, really, if you push them, that Guru Rinpoche, Padmasambhava, is an incarnation of Shiva, and all of the Shiva Tantras became the Vajrayana Buddhist practices in time. Alexis Sanderson, whom we've talked about, my friend, also has made a very strong case that the earliest of the Tantric practices in Tibet are actually derived from the Vidyapith, Tantric tradition of India. This is, sort of not debatable any further. So I studied with Lama Wangdu, and while I was studying with him, I started treating him with homeopathy and osteopathy, and he's still alive and he lives in Portland. So, all Tantric tradition, all Tantric practice is based on Kundalini, what we would call Kundalini yoga. Because the first thing you are going to do is arouse in yourself, in Chud, or in my second level of expertise is in Vajrakilaya. And Vajrakilaya is the most esoteric of the practice traditions among the Nyingma lineage of Tibetans. And I studied Vajrakilaya with Chado Rinpoche, who recently passed away, who was a very senior Nyingma Lama, and I received instruction from him personally, and Lama Wangdu initiated me in that tradition at his behalf and gave me my fundamental training. So, when you do any practice, the important part of a tantric ritual is that you are first engaging your own deepest inner creative power by lifting your spirits, by engaging that good feeling, which then unwraps the tensions and allows for the expansion, the quieting of your mind, the complete settling of your emotions, and the emergence of a blissful cosmic perspective. And through the course of any practice regimen, it is the circulation of the prana, chitta, and ultimately establishing oneself in para-kundalini, circulating the breath of life through the channels and the chakras, that is the essence of the power of any tantric ritual, and in its effectiveness is based on that. So, if you look at any Vajrayana Buddhist mandala, any Vajrayana Buddhist mandala, what you will see is on the outer part of it there is a ring of fire. That ring of fire is representative of the circulation of the breath of life through the channels and the chakras that burns up any impurity, which is a code word for any of the layers of tension that a human being is composed of. And the same notion is true in any of the Shakta, Shaiva, Tantric practices, from any of the ritual-based traditions, from Tantra Loka in the 10th century, through the Milini Vijayottara of the 6th century, all the way back to the earliest of those ritual publications, the Siddhi Yogeshvari Mata, which maybe is 3rd century AD.